Hey there, adventurers, and welcome. Get ready, because today we're going on an epic journey to explore all the incredible shapes and features of our awesome planet Earth. So you ready to explore some of the coolest places on Earth? I hope you've got your explorer hats on, because this is going to be a wild ride. We're talking mountains, oceans, the works. All right, let's do this.
Okay, first stop on our big adventure. Awesome landforms. So what are landforms? Well, they're just all the different shapes you see on the ground. We're going to start with one that's known for being super big and wide.
Okay, picture this. You're standing in a giant field, and it's totally flat, stretching out as far as your eyes can see. That is a plain. It's this huge open area without a lot of hills or mountains, just super smooth and super wide.
Get this for a fun fact. In the Philippines, there's a huge plain called the North Luzon Plain. It's so big and great for farming that people call it the rice granary of the Philippines. I mean, think about that. This one flat spot helps grow enough food to feed millions and millions of people. How cool is that?
All right, we've seen flat. Now let's go high. Really high. We're talking about mountains. You know them. These massive pieces of land that just shoot way up into the sky. They've got those super steep sides, and they literally tower over everything else around.
And did you know this? There's a super famous mountain in the Philippines called Mount Makiling. Legend says it's protected by a spirit named Maria Makiling. So, see, it's not just a big chunk of rock. It's a place that's absolutely full of amazing stories and really cool wildlife.
Okay, so this can be a little tricky. What's the difference between a plain and a plateau? It's actually pretty simple when you think about it. A plain is just that big flat area, right? But a plateau, imagine you took a giant cookie cutter, cut out a piece of that plain, and lifted it way up high. It's flat land, but up in the air. All right, what about a mountain versus a hill? This one's easy. Just think of them like family. The mountain is the super tall big brother with those really steep slopes. And the hill? Well, that's like the little sibling, a mini mountain. It's way smaller, shorter, and definitely a whole lot easier to climb. So, you've got your mountains and your hills, but what about that low area in between them? That, my friends, is a valley. It's that low bit of land kind of tucked between the high peaks, and a lot of the time, you'll find a beautiful river just flowing right down the middle.
Okay, team, we've explored the land, so what do you say we put on our imaginary scuba gear? Because our next stop is diving deep into the incredible world of water, from tiny little creeks to giant oceans.
First up, the river. You can think of a river as a long, flowing highway made of water. It's fresh water, and it usually starts its journey way up high in the mountains, and then it just flows and flows and flows all the way down till it meets something bigger, like a lake or the ocean.
Now, a lake is totally different. It's a huge body of water, yeah, but it's completely surrounded by land. It's like the land is giving it a big hug. And unlike a river that's always on the move, the water in a lake is pretty chill. It just stays put. And now, for the big one, the biggest of them all, the ocean. We're talking about a gigantic body of salt water. It is so mind-bogglingly huge that it covers most of our planet. It's just this vast, deep, and super powerful world of water. So even though it's technically one giant, connected ocean, we usually break it down into 4 big areas. You've got the Atlantic, the Pacific, the Indian, and then way up at the top of the world, the super chilly Arctic Ocean.
Okay, so all these mountains and rivers and oceans, they aren't just empty spaces, right? No way. They are absolutely buzzing with life. Let's take a look at how these places are basically like giant neighborhoods for all kinds of living things.
Let's think about a river neighborhood. What would you find there? Well, for starters, you've got fish, right? And plants growing all along the sides. You also have non-living things, like rocks and the moving water. And hey, you'll probably find people there too, fishing, playing, or just hanging out.
All right, explorers, time to fire up those imaginations. We're going to play a little game of what if. This is where we imagine some crazy changes to our planet to see just how important it is to keep everything in balance.
Okay, here's the first one. Let's go back to that river neighborhood we were just talking about. What if the river just stopped flowing? Like one day, the water just stops. Oh, that would be a huge problem. An absolute disaster. I mean, the fish, they'd lose their homes. The plants growing along the banks would dry up completely. And think about us. The towns nearby might actually run out of fresh water. It shows you how much everything is connected. Okay, ready for another what if? Let's picture a beautiful mountain totally covered in trees and plants. Now, what if a wildfire started on that mountain?
Oh no! A wildfire like that would be just awful. All the animals that live there would have to flee for their lives. All those amazing trees and plants would be gone. And here's something you might not think about. Without the roots of those plants holding the ground together, the soil could just wash right off the mountain the next time it rains.
So, we've seen how incredible our planet is, right? But we've also seen that it can be pretty fragile. The good news, though, is that this adventure doesn't have to end. You actually have the power to be a planet protector and help keep all these amazing places safe.
So, as we wrap up our trip, I want you to think about this. It could be a huge mountain, a rushing river, or even just the park down your street. My question for you is, what amazing part of our Earth are you going to help protect? Because really, the next chapter in this great Earth adventure, well, that's up to you. Thanks for coming along with me today.